What's up, folks? What's going on? Spreaker, Saints and Sinners, baby. Where that Facebook countdown is coming?
It's coming.
It's a coming.
2, 1.
That's your water right there?
It is my water.
Where the hell mine walked off to?
It's behind the computer.
The computer?
It's very much behind the computer.
So if I go...
Yeah. He's still the thing in the
What's up?
Yeah, the tongue in the picture.
Tongs in the picture, what? All right, man. That's a little bit of Mardi Gras, man. A little Mardi Gras music from Jay the Wizard.
Who
and
is that?
Jay the Wizard, man, right out of Lafayette, man. Party boy on there as well. Even got a little Sambo in the house, man.
Where can you find these guys at?
Man, March 6th, man, it's going to be a big show. We're going to tell y'all more and more about it as it comes a little bit closer. But some big names in that bill, and Jay's going to be one of them, man. But really into the Mardi Gras jam, man. Really like that. Back at it, Saints and Sinners podcast. We got a date for y'all. I did grab the appropriate water, huh?
February 6th, 2020. Get your eyes checked, which I may have to do at some point because it's my birthday.
It's
Saturday.
your party. You can get high if you want to.
I don't do that on a regular basis.
No, man. But NBA trade deadline came and gone. You know, that's been a big topic today in the sports world. You know, we had some big news also happened since our last podcast. Baseball, we had a major trade go down in baseball. We're going to be doing the Barely Legal Cubs podcast in a matter of weeks. Boston Red Sox traded one of the best players in the league, Mookie Betts, 27 years old, to the Dodgers, along with David Price, who's been one of the best left-handed starters of his time.
I'm not a huge baseball guy, but I heard something that
It's a big fucking deal, man.
I heard something that that caught my attention.
What you got, man? Oh, but
go ahead.
Go ahead.
What I heard was they akin it to when Ricky Henderson got traded. They said when you have a Ricky Henderson on your team, you build around that guy. You don't trade that guy.
No, I don't understand how you trade Betts. He's 27 years old. In 2018, he won the MVP. They won the World Series. He also won the batting title for the highest average. For a lot of you non-baseball fans, that's what that means. He also won the Gold Glove. The guy is one of the best defensive outfielders in the league. He's just a five-tool player. He can do everything. I don't see how you trade a guy like that at 27 years old. I mean, the Red Sox fans are just really torn up about this. I mean, this is a big thing. Like, his contract's up. He's on a one-year deal. He's making $27 million this year. Price has a lot of money. Maybe this deal, the only thing I could see to make any kind of sense of this deal is they don't like where Price is at in his mid-30s. He's making $30 million a year for the next 3 seasons. He's a free agent, I believe, after 2022, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe, but do you trade a superstar like Betts in his prime just to get rid of a bad contract because they don't want to pay the fucking luxury tax? I mean, are owners not the greediest sons of bitches sometimes? I mean, and this applies to every sport. I mean, baseball, there is no salary cap. You have a luxury tax. You have teams that are spending over $200 million while other teams are like at $50 million. It doesn't make any sense. They need a cap is what they need to give these small market teams a chance. But anyway, let's get on to the real deal, man. What's the Pelicans doing right now? You said they're up right now?
They were up by 10 at halftime.
Pels up at the half?
62.
All right, Pels facing the undermanned Bulls squad in very cold Chicago. It's in the 20s out there. It snowed all day.
The good thing is
and the Pels are up by 10. They are playing this game inside. But here's the word. It's funny, real quick on that. I was listening to Todd Graffinini and John DeShazer on the radio a little while ago before the game, and they had mentioned the Blackhawks had a game last night. It's ultra cold outside. It's like 20s, snowing all day. They said the ice is still down there, obviously, and they said on the court it's like frigid right now. They said they were sitting there before the game freezing their nuts off.
We have some good friends in from some of our watch parties.
Bring them on in.
We also have some celebrities in the house.
Bring them on in.
Big dog in the house.
The big dog. He will bite you right square in the ass if you mess with him, man.
And we also have Lil Weemsy in the house.
Lil Weemsy, man. J-Rod, I hope you were happy with the outcome of the Super Bowl. I forgot to ever ask you about that.
Death is in the air. The plague has returned.
Oh, the plague. The Boudin King of Acadiana is upon us. Congratulations, man. I saw you were getting a new house or something, man. Whatever it is, man. Congrats.
We have the face of SW Magazine, Miss Lorena in the house.
All right, Lorena, man. She's bringing some impressive knowledge the last few weeks, man. So what we got with the Pels? Pels are... The shit was that? Thought we were about to get attacked by like fucking Stephen King movie or something out there, man. Like the Silver Bullet Wolf or something out there.
If a tree comes through on this podcast, it will happen live.
Mm-hmm.
On 10-second delay.
Daisy's supposed to be using her animal instincts. She has yet to use them. She's sitting here. Just for any of y'all can't see her at home, she is here.
Hey, what do you think about the trade deadline? Let us know. What do you think?
All right.
Can you expand on that?
She said it all right there.
All right, that's enough about the trades.
Moving on. Clint Capella, we talked about Capella. I know Lorena was talking about that, right? We were talking about that other night. Will we take Clint Capella in the right situation for Drew? He's with the Atlanta Hawks now, which is a great trade. Out of that trade, the Rockets, what in the hell were they thinking? You know what I'm saying? Now they have no center. Well, did they do something that I missed out on right before the trade deadline?
Well, here's the thing, the thought process behind that. Capella's been hurt.
Mm-hmm.
D'Antoni wasn't playing him on a regular basis. They were having problems because they would have two non-shooters on the floor at all times with
PJ
Westbrook
Tucker
and Westbrook and Capella.
Yeah.
And they were worried about their space and so they moved him, and somehow they're in love with Covington.
You know what? To me, I get what everybody in the NBA is trying to do. Everybody wants to be the Golden State Warriors. The problem is, unless you got Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant, you're not the Golden State Warriors that won those championships. And that's to me. Trying to duplicate that's silly because there's a lot of ways to win basketball games. You know, it's like football. Everybody wants to be the video game offense when the Saints and Packers win a Super Bowl. Then everybody wants to slow it down, a couple years back when the Ravens win, play more ball control. It's like it's a copycat league. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does it in every sport. Baseball, analytics, with the, let's not steal bases. Let's not get runners over. Let's try to hit the 3-run homer and win games. I think teams get too lost in that shit in every sport. I mean, that's just my honest opinion. Because to me, Clint Capella, here's the thing in the finals. You're going to have to win. Toronto, look, did they have some good three-point shooting at times? Absolutely. But to me, they had the defensive stands. They were able to score in the paint. They were able to rebound, get second chances, offensively. You got to rebound in this league. And I don't see how that team's going to beat up. How they're going to face an Anthony Davis, with the Lakers, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, LeBron James. How are they going to face the Clippers with Montrezl Harrell, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George? How are you going to face these good rebounders with the Rockets set up the way it is?
They won't.
They won't.
What they want to do is they want to get teams to play their style
right.
and have fun doing it.
And they think they're going to shoot 90% from the field.
What
right.
they saw was a second-round exit no matter what they do. So they're trying to flip the script, and they're trying to do it their way. They're trying to moneyball this thing.
How many lines of blow did Morey do before that deal?
And it's probably not going to work, but I applaud them for trying something different.
I mean, I'm with the different thing, man, but I think Clint Capella is such a good player, man. I really like him at center, man.
What does this do for the Hawks?
I think the Hawks have a good nucleus. I mean, with Trae Young, obviously, one of the bright young stars of the league. Collins is still there. They have some pieces.
They also traded for the dead man.
Dwayne Dedmon, huh?
Who
yeah.
Can shoot threes as a center. That's space the floor.
It's funny.
You have a Capella, threatening teams vertically with the alley-oop.
It's funny. What would Steve Kerr be like in today's NBA? I mean, he was like the sharpshooter for the Bulls and those Jordan teams with Pippen and Kukoc, Rodman. Right now, would he be like a $20 million player in the NBA right now?
They would seek him out in matchups.
No, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, maybe they would, but I'm just saying, like, if you can shoot a three nowadays, like, you have so much value. I mean, I know some guys made a history or made a career of, having a three-point shot back in the 80s and 90s, but it seems like now, like Myers Leonard, for instance, was a guy that had 1 foot out the door in the NBA. He was terrible his first few years. He makes a few three-point shots last year, and, they're awarding him new money. I don't know. I think Houston's going would Houston shock you if they lost in the first round? Would it shock you at all if they lost?
Honestly, I wouldn't have been shocked if they lost in the first round pre-trade.
But I still think Capella gives them a chance because I think Capella can defend an Anthony Davis. Capella could defend a LaMarcus Aldridge, some of the better big men in the league. I mean, I know people are saying, hey, centers don't mean anything, but I think Marcus Gasol did a lot last year. I think Serge Ibaka was very important in the postseason. I mean, obviously Kawhi Leonard's going to get the glory. Fred VanVleet, Kyle Lowry. I understand that when the Raptors won the championship. But Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka had some big games. Pascal Siakam, too.
What they're saying is that, Capella and Westbrook, PJ Tucker to a lesser extent, they just didn't have the spacing, and they knew it. So,
but spacing to me, it's overrated, man. If you can't score points with James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Eric Gordon, Clint Capella on your roster,
Harden's not going to be able to get into the lane because you're going to pack the paint on that guy.
Yeah, I mean that's when you kick it out. I mean, but
you don't have anybody to kick it to.
You have to win your one-on-one matchups off the dribble. I mean, you're not. I mean, look. All you got to do, what teams are going to do anyway, teams are going to figure that out anyway. You're going to have to rebound. You can't lose the rebound in battle by 15 to 20 a night and expect to win playoff games. It ain't going to happen. Because guess what? You might steal an extra couple threes a night on spacing, but you're going to give up about fucking 10 extra, second chance opportunities.
I applaud them for doing something different.
They'll fucking lose in the first round.
It's not going to work. They were going to lose
it's horrible.
In the first round regardless.
Daryl Morey just trying to go too far outside the box.
What I really love, takeaway is I really love what this does for the Hawks. They're starting to look like a real team. They're still a couple players away. Some of their young wings need to grow up and graduate. To sophomores. But I like where that team's headed. They got a valid superstar, a bona fide superstar with Trae Young, who is the new age Steph Curry. With his skill set.
That's bold, man.
Probably a better passer.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's got all the tools. I mean, will he be Steph? That's a whole other ball game. I mean, Steph is a special guy. I mean, he's already a Hall of Famer.
He plays for the Hawks, so they're probably going to screw this thing up, and he's going to.
They could. Well, I mean, I don't know about all that. Well, Lakers are going to need somebody to go alongside AD in the future. But look, here's my thing: the whole thing with the trade deadline. Yeah, that ain't happening. I don't think they work together, man. I couldn't see that happen. I mean, look, to me, hey, let's give kudos. Let's talk about this. This is a game that happened Tuesday night. We covered, our last pod was on Monday. The Pels played a really good game, but we saw what happened in the third quarter. The Bucks, every other quarter was extremely close in that ball game. The Pels won some, they lost some with the quarters. But the third quarter, they came out the gate on a 15-1 run, I believe, right out the gate in the second half. Alvin Gentry, to me, how do you allow it to get to 15-1? And I'm not just trying to hate the Gentry game. I understand what Gentry's purpose is, and I'm not one of the fans that want to fire him after every loss. But at some point, you cannot allow 15-1 run to happen.
Is the Mark Jackson in this equation.
Yeah, how do you allow it to get to 15-1 when that shit's at like 8-1? You need to take a freaking timeout at that point. And he blames the players for not spreading the ball around, not passing the ball well, which they didn't. They jacked up too many threes in that game. They played a lot of playground one-on-one basketball in the second half, which was completely different from the way they played in the first half when they were spreading the ball around, moving the ball effectively, getting the ball to the post of Zion, spreading the ball around the perimeter, getting open shooters. They did not pass the ball well at all in the second half for the majority of it. And to me, that cost them. But the Bucks are such a well-oiled machine. If you have a flaw like that, they're going to expose it. If you're doing something wrong like that fundamentally, that team is so good. They have a host of shooters. They're a great team defense. They allow the fewest points in the NBA in the paint. I think they're like 38 points a game, which is amazing. But that team, I think they're well coached with Budenholzer. I think Giannis is definitely going to win the MVP once again, in my opinion. That team, this could be their year. I mean, because let's be real, Toronto having a great regular season, that team can't win a championship without Kawhi Leonard. I think the next closest team could be Boston or Miami in the East. Philly's still got to figure some shit out. But wouldn't this be Milwaukee's year to get to the finals? Isn't it their year to lose, pretty much?
I worry about them getting exposed, not having that second guy in the playoffs.
But you don't think I love Chris Middleton.
I think they have great role players around Giannis, and everybody can shoot, which harkens back to the spacing that we were talking about. You have just 6 guys that can shoot the rock from 3-point land, which makes Giannis the fulcrum of this whole offense. And he's a great passer. He can get the ball out to these guys, and it's hard to double and triple team. And with that spacing, I just worry about.
He's a nightmare.
I just worry about a second guy stepping up in the playoffs.
I think Middleton could be that guy. I mean, he's averaging 20 points a game. I mean, dude, Chris Middleton's impressive. He's a little throwback to me. He's like almost a little bit of a. I wouldn't say Sean Elliott, but he's got a little bit of that in his game. He's got the length. I love his mid range. I love his outside game. I think he's very smart. I watch him play. the fundamentals, I'm really appreciative of this team's fundamentals. They play hard, and they got a lot of these little crazy dudes come out, like the guy, what's the cat's name? Connaughton? What's his name? Pat Connaughton, slam dunk contest he's going to be in. But those guys, they get weird little cats like that coming off the bench, doing some things. I mean, that team is deep. They're very deep.
Take off from the free throw line,
I don't know, man.
His brother, Brett